Hello, everyone. Um, for today's video, which I know I don't upload very frequently, so in a nutshell, I've been going to Nightingale Nursing School, which is a online college, which is pretty much kind of a hybrid type of program. So I wanted to take the chance and tell you about my impressions of my. Sorry, I just want to check if my mic is working. Check, check, check. Okay. I just wanted to give overall my first impressions of my first 4 weeks doing the nursing program here, and kind of give you, how do I say this, a brief explanatory video of what it is, how it works, and how to get in. So basically, my journey of starting Nightingale College was I need to do something with my life and invest all my unlimited Peter Pan potential into something that can be useful. And so, since during the time that I started thinking about Nightingale, I was actually working a different job. I needed to figure out a good way to work full time and go to nursing school, which is honestly kind of impossible when we're talking about most programs. I live in the state of Alaska, so the three programs we have here is the University of Alaska nursing program, which you can get your bachelor's, the charter college, which you can get your associates in nursing, and the Nightingale, where you can get your bachelor's. Unfortunately, with Nightingale right now, they don't offer an ADN program, which I would have much rather have done. But here we are. It's probably better to get a bachelor's because eventually the nursing world is going to want that as a standardization. The reason why ADN's not much of a standardization here in Alaska is because it's like a pretty big brain drain, and we need more nurses than bachelor's degrees at this point. Anyways, so I contacted Nightingale and had a really good recruiter, Dusty hire. If you ever get her, then she would definitely be the person to go to if you're in Alaska. I'm not sure if she handles any other of the states. Um, the process of getting through Nightingale admission was pretty um, well, I won't say easy. It was straightforward. Dusty again was really amazing when it came to setting me up, and honestly, I was really a pain in the butt trying to get all the information I get, and she was really patient with me. So if you do ever watch it, Dusty, I greatly, greatly appreciate all the help that you put into getting me to start the program, especially when I was really unsure and I had a ton of questions. Anyways, moving forward, the entrance exam, it's not going to be a TEAS exam like normal nursing exams to get in nursing school. It's going to be the Acuplacer, where you need a 250. Well, is it 250? It's the 260 and above to start the actual program. If you fail to meet the program, there's some requirements that they want to make you go through before starting the program. Yeah, I'm sure if you go to their official website, they can give you the exact scores you need for the Acuplacer. But they pretty much put you through a remedial class to get you caught up to where you need to before starting the actual Nightingale program, because they want to ensure pretty much that when you do go into the nursing program, you have all the ability you need to process the amount of coursework that you're going to um, be doing, and it's a lot. It's a lot of coursework, lots of papers, depending on really the class you're taking. I do a majority amount of writing in all my classes so far as of now. Anyway, so you take the test and say that you got the necessary score that you received, then you are straight into the nursing program. And that's honestly for me, when I took the test, it was really a relief to finally know that I had the capacity to start the program. Because honestly, no one wants to be left behind when going to a program. They want to get on the start line and go straight through nursing school because it's a lot of time, money, effort, and energy to do it. And the fact that I was able to get through was really helpful. Again, I'm going to say this probably multiple times. Dusty, thank you very, very much for um, aiding me within the process of getting into it. I am eternally grateful for all the help that you've done. So now that I got all that out of the way, I just want to start talking about how the classes. Well, actually, I should not start with how the class is structures. Everything what I'm saying right now is pretty unscripted, so I'm not really following a guide. I'm just shooting out all my ideas into the webcam right now. So the funding for the program, you have financial aid, and you also have the ability to take out loans. I would say that in comparison to most bachelor programs, it's probably going to be the more expensive one to go about, especially if you don't live in the state of Utah and you have out-of-state tuition fees. If I'm wrong, I'm sure someone will correct me. So just be aware that the loans you're going to be taking out, you can again go the uh, to the Nightingale website to figure out that research on your own. The loans that you'll be taking out is pretty substantial, so you got to be prepared for that, and really got to know that you want to get into it because if you take out a loan, of course, with any other program, they're gonna want their money back. They invest money into you, and they want you to give that money back when you're done. And when you do become a nurse, that's paying off a loan is not going to be that hard, especially if you do traveling contracts, which nurses make a good amount of money doing travel contracts. But sorry, I gotta crack my neck. Besides the point, just be prepared for that. Now I'm gonna finally go into how Nightingale is structured. So Nightingale itself is componently academic online, and then you do your clinicals and whatever they designate you to be in. There's three different DFC sites, and I hope I'm saying that right. Um, there's there's a remote student where if you're living in a area that does not have a clinical site, you're considered remote, and they will pretty much put you in any place as close as they can get when it comes to where their clinical sites are. But be aware too, as a remote, they can really put you anywhere they want you to put. I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. They'll put you anywhere that they feel like it's appropriate to be put in. And make sure you have the budget set out because when you do go to a remote area, they're going to expect you to pay for the hotel and the car rental, and that the hotel, car rental, the plane ticket. It's expensive for remote workers. Fortunately for me, because I live in Alaska, all my clinicals are going to be pretty much in the Anchorage and Wasilla area, so I don't have to worry about that as much. But yeah, for those who don't have a clinical site in the state that they reside, sorry. I hope you find a good deal and fellow nursing students where you can split the cost. So just be aware of that. Another thing that should, I'm sorry, like I said, I'm kind of losing my mental thoughts when it comes to this. So clinicals are pretty much based. If you're remote, they'll put you where it's closest and as convenient as they can make it for you to avoid the expensive cost. If you're in a clinical site if you're in a state where they have a clinical site, they're going to put you where you're mostly located. From what I heard from other nursing schools, nursing students in Alaska, um, they mostly put you in long-term care, transitional care, and they'll put you in a hospital setting. Just be aware that when you are doing clinicals, and I'm not talking about me from experience because I haven't done my clinicals, I'm going to do it next semester. Um, they're going to, it's going to be mostly CNA work. And if you're comfortable with CNA work, then you're going to be golden. And from also what I hear, it's going to be a lot making your own care plans and doing head to toe assessments, which part of nursing is doing all that. So it's not a bad way to prepare for you for the nursing field. Like most things when it comes to nursing, you learn more on the actual field itself than you actually do when you're in school. So just be aware of that when it comes to clinicals. Don't get your hopes up thinking that you're gonna be efficiently, essentially the nurse, which you're not. You're the learner. You're there to learn. I mean, I wouldn't want to do something like put a cath in a patient when I never put a cath in before. That's stupid. Um, so as far as the academics are, and like I said, since this is my first 4 weeks, my month into Nightingale, it's uh, it's pretty much my interpretation of the classes I'm taking. But I'm sure with other classes, the professors change things up a bit, which you should be aware of. So take this part as kind of like it can go either way. For the classes I'm taking philosophy, anatomy, and physiology, and technical writing. Um, Instead of your standard generic, how do I say it, in-person classroom where you go into class, you really don't. They put up videos for you to watch, and they also, and when I say they, I mean the professors, they also give you reading assignments where they give you, the chapters you read. And while I'm on that subject, the books will be provided to you by the school, so you don't need to go buy out the books. Um, so as far as that is concerned, they give you the reading, they give you the video they want you to watch, and then they give you discussion boards. My anatomy, my physiology lab has a lab too, where you have to pretty much write an essay based on what the professor um, asks you to write about. Mostly, this is all a lot of writing and a lot of multiple choice exams. So you always have to micromanage and be sure that you are able to keep up with your work because even if I'm having a hard time and I'm pulling a full-time job here, um, you're gonna get lost very quickly if you let yourself get lost and become off task because it's again, it's a lot of work, it's a lot of writing, and if you don't keep up with your assignments, which I haven't had that experience yet, I hope I never do because that would be very damning to my grade. Um, it's gonna be difficult for you, and I don't know how keeping the classwork and maintaining a full-time job status is feasible for every single job. As far as my job, I got lucky because I work in the pathology lab and I'm able to delegate between both school and work. But can I say that that's going to be the case for everyone that takes Nightingale College full time? I don't know. I really don't. I think that there's always a will, there's a way, and anything's possible. But I can't give you a confirmatory yes or no. I can say for my experience working at the job that I'm working at right now, I'm able to make it work and I'm able to do it well because I'm able to know what I need to be done and how to schedule to the way I can get everything done. Um, it's really important to note that you need to definitely keep up with your discussions because I feel like everything that the professors put out, discussion is by far the most important aspect of it. Because it really does make sense in a way that when you're discussing this with a discussion board, um, you're essentially teaching yourself by teaching others, and that's what they want to see when they do their assessments of you and the class. Because ultimately, when you go to college like Nightingale, you're not going to Nightingale taking out thousands and thousands of dollars of loans just to learn nothing. That would be stupid, right? I mean, I don't want to take out thousands and thousands of dollars of loan and come out learning absolutely nothing about anything. That's just not that's just not good. But I feel like Nightingale doesn't do that to you. I feel like the professors really do have a goal of actually teaching you what they need to do, even though they're remote. So overall, when it comes to my initial impressions of the first month I've been to Nightingale, is that it's a lot of busy work, and it's definitely feasible depending on what job you have or what is going on in your life. It just really is a uh, subjective finding for yourself and how you work with it. But it's doable. It's totally doable. You can do it. Anyone can try to make nursing school work. Um, and if you have the need to go to nursing school and you work a full-time job, I would definitely recommend Nightingale because that will give you the flexibility to do both because you're really making your own schedule. You're doing your own coursework, and in some ways you're teaching yourself the subjects that they want to teach you. So if you're organized in that sense, then I say go ham, go do it. But if you find yourself not being that organized, which I'm not gonna say I'm the most organized person in the world because that's not true. I mean, I have ADHD off the wazoo. So if you find yourself not organized and you're not able to keep your own deadlines and make your own schedule, then I would definitely consider going to another school, something more traditional, because you know the the amount of sheer self dependency of doing this is quite substantial, and I wouldn't want anyone to take out thousands of dollars alone to do something just to fail because that's not right and it's not fair, and no one should put themselves in that position. So really think about who you are as a academic and as a person and as a worker, and see if you could you know find yourself being able to manage all this, because if you go on this program half in, then it's not going to work out for you, and that's just the reality of it. It takes a lot of dedication. Anyways, if you liked this video, I'll see if I can continue doing more of a monthly, checkup to show you what progress I'm making and my thoughts. I hope guys have a wonderful weekend, and I hope you have a great success in whatever endeavors you intend to go. Have a good one. Bye.